The environment at the Mboko airport was very different compared to that in Uganda and Kenya. On the runway and within the airport, there were more officers than there were dignitaries that would be expected at a welcoming party. United Nations security, who have been in Central African Republic to stabilize the interim authorities, had fortified the airport especially for this visit and will be providing support during the two-day visit, where many have had concerns over the instability in the nation brought about by religious conflict, especially in the northern region. Just outside the airport on the way to the presidential palace, there were thousands lined up along the road to say hi to Pope Francis. The whole entourage was escorted by armored UN vehicles to the presidential palace of interim leader Madame Catherine Samba-Panza. While meeting the interim leader and members of the diplomatic corps, Pope Francis appreciated the efforts by international and local authorities in trying to guide the country to stability. President Catherine Samba-Panza came to power as an interim leader elected by the National Transition Council in January 2014. The former mayor of Bangui was elected as a non-partisan president and is leading the country to an election this year. She has been trying to bring the Seleka rebels and anti-Balaka Christian militia to cease fire in a long-standing interreligious conflict that has cost dozens of lives since September. Thousands have been affected directly by the conflict, and that is why Pope Francis visited a refugee camp not too far from the presidential palace. Pope Francis took time to embrace some of the children and appealed to the country to embrace peace regardless their ethnicity, social status, and especially religion. Pope Francis then left for 4 other engagements, including a meeting with bishops, evangelical communities, leading Holy Mass and confession for the young before retiring for the day ahead of another Mass tomorrow. There was a lot of concern about Pope Francis visiting Central African Republic at this time, but his schedule has gone on uninterrupted, and one of the highlights is tomorrow's visit to Kuruku Central Mosque in Bangui, where he will be meeting Muslim leaders right before heading back to Rome. Mark Masai, NTV, Bangui, Central African Republic.